My name is Mia. I was 22 years old when I met Daniel. He was 25, a simple man with a quiet smile. We met at a local bookshop in town. I was looking at a book about dreams, and he smiled and said, "That's a good one." I laughed, and that was how it all started. Daniel and I became close very quickly. Every day we would meet at the park or by the sea. We talked about everything, our future, our dreams, the places we wanted to visit. He wanted to open a small bakery. I wanted to be a teacher. We were young and full of hope. I felt very happy when I was with him. He listened to me. He never made fun of my small dreams. We didn't have much money, but we had love, and that felt like enough. But one day, everything changed. It was a cold evening, and we were supposed to meet at the park. I waited for him for over an hour. When he finally came, he looked upset. I asked him if something was wrong. He said I didn't understand him and that I didn't care about his problems. I was shocked. I didn't know why he was angry. We argued for the first time. We both said things we didn't mean. The next day, Daniel didn't call. I thought he would message or come see me, but he didn't. A week passed, then another. I tried to call him, but he didn't answer. I waited and waited, hoping he would return, but he never did. Then something happened that changed my life forever. I started feeling tired. My body felt different. I went to the doctor. She looked at me and said, "Mia, you are pregnant." I couldn't believe it. I was going to have a baby. I was scared. I didn't have a job. I didn't know what to do. My hands shook as I held the test results. I sat on my bed and cried for hours. After a few days, I found the courage to write to Daniel. I told him everything. I wrote, "Please, I need to talk to you. I am going to have a baby." Or baby. I waited for his reply, but he never answered. Not even one word. I sent another message, but he blocked my number. He left me, just like that. Time passed. My belly grew. I moved back to my parents' house. They were sad and disappointed, but they helped me. My mother stayed up late with me when I couldn't sleep. My father worked extra hours to buy baby things. I felt guilty, but I had no one else. Then, my baby girl was born. Her name is Emily. She had soft brown eyes and the tiniest fingers. When I held her for the first time, I cried. She was so small and beautiful. But after a few weeks, the doctor gave me bad news. Emily had a heart problem. She needed special medicine and checkups. The medicine was very expensive. I tried to find a job, but no one wanted to hire a young mother with a sick baby. I sold some of my clothes and books. I stopped eating regular meals so Emily could have her medicine. I cried every night. My parents helped as much as they could, but their money wasn't enough. I didn't want to, but I contacted Daniel again. I wrote, Emily is your daughter. She is very sick. Please help me. I'm not angry. I just need your support." For days, there was no answer. Then one day, he replied with a short message. "I'll send $100 a month. That's all I can do." I couldn't believe it. Daniel had a good job now. He worked in real estate. I knew he had money. $100 was not enough for Emily's medicine. But I took the money. I had no other choice. Every month I waited for that money like it was gold. Sometimes it was late. Sometimes it didn't come at all. Still, I never stopped loving my daughter. She smiled even when she was in pain. She laughed at birds, loved music, and hugged me tightly every morning. She gave me strength. Years passed. One afternoon, my friend showed me something on her phone. It was a photo of Daniel on a business website. He was now a millionaire. He had become very rich. He was married. He had a big house, 2 children, and a fancy car. He posted pictures of his vacations and gifts for his wife. One photo showed a ring that cost more than my yearly rent. Another showed a car worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. I stared at those pictures in silence. Why? Why was his daughter suffering while he lived like a king? Why did he ignore her pain? That night, I sent him one last message. I wrote, "Emily is still sick. You post pictures of your wealth, but you can't help your daughter. Why? Why is she in pain while you live in comfort?" I waited, but this time Daniel didn't reply. Instead, he blocked me. I sat alone in my room, looking at the wall. My heart felt heavy. I held Emily and cried, but I couldn't stay quiet anymore. I shared my story online. I wrote about Daniel, his past with me, and how he gave only $100 a month for a child who needed thousands. I shared photos of Emily in the hospital. The story spread fast. People were shocked. Many said, "How can a father ignore his sick daughter?" Daniel's name was in the news. People who once admired him now asked hard questions. Why does he buy cars, but not medicine for his child? I thought maybe, just maybe, he would finally help. But some people also said bad things about me. Why now? They asked. Is it because he's rich? Are you trying to ruin his life? These words hurt me deeply. I cried again. I never wanted to ruin anything. I just wanted help for Emily. That's all. But in the end, nothing changed. Daniel didn't come. He didn't call. He didn't even say sorry. The money stopped coming too. I was left with more pain and more silence. So I stopped fighting. I held Emily close and said, "It's just us now. We will make it, no matter what." Before I tell you more, I want to ask you something. Where are you listening from? It makes me feel happy to know someone is hearing my story, someone who understands me. Please write in the comments. I really want to know. 2 years passed. Emily was 5 now. She still needed medicine and checkups, but she was stronger than before. She loved to draw, especially pictures of animals and flowers. Every time I saw her smile, I felt a little light in my heart. I stopped thinking about Daniel. I stopped looking at his pictures or checking the news. I had no space in my heart for pain anymore. My only goal was to take care of Emily and give her a good life. Then, something beautiful happened. One day, I met someone new. His name was Mark. He worked at a small shop near my home. He saw me come in often to buy fruit and bread. One evening, he said, "You always look so tired. Are you okay?" I smiled and said, "I have a daughter. She keeps me busy." We started talking after that. Mark was kind and patient. He asked about Emily and listened to every word I said. When I told him about her health problems, he said, "She must be very strong, just like her mother." We became friends. Then, we became something more. Mark didn't run away when things got hard. He came to the hospital with me. He brought Emily her favorite toys. He made her laugh. She started calling him Uncle Mark, and later just Mark. One day, she looked at him and asked, "Can you be my dad?" Mark had tears in his eyes. "Yes," he said. "I would love to." After a year, Mark asked me to marry him. I said yes. It wasn't a big wedding, just a few friends and family, but it was full of love. Emily wore a white dress and carried flowers. She smiled all day. We moved into a small house. It wasn't big or new, but it was ours. We painted the walls together. Mark made a small garden for Emily. Every morning, she watered the plants and talked to the flowers. Our life was not perfect. We still had money problems, and Emily still needed medicine. But we were happy. We had peace. And that was something I had not felt for a long time. Then one morning, everything changed again. I woke up to find a message on my phone. It was from an unknown number. The message said, "Mia, this is Daniel. I know I hurt you. I want to see my daughter." I stared at the screen. I didn't know what to say. My heart started to beat fast. Why now? After all these years? I showed the message to Mark. He looked at me and said, "It's your choice. Whatever you decide, I'm with you." After thinking for days, I replied. I wrote, "Emily is not a baby anymore. She remembers everything. You can meet her, but please don't hurt her again." Daniel asked to meet us in the park. I agreed. Emily didn't know he was her real father. I just told her, "We are going to meet someone special." When we arrived at the park, Daniel was already there. He looked different. He wore simple clothes. He had no camera crew, no expensive car. Just him and a small bag full of toys. Emily walked slowly toward him. She was shy. Daniel knelt down and opened his arms. "Hi," he said. "I brought you some gifts." Emily looked at me. I nodded. She walked to him and took a small stuffed rabbit. "Thank you," she said. Daniel hugged her. He cried. He held her for a long time. I could see the pain in his eyes. Then he looked at me. "I'm sorry, Mia. I was a coward. I ran away. I thought money would solve everything, but it didn't. I missed her whole life, and I regret it every day." I didn't say anything. He gave me a set of keys. "This is for a house. It's close to a hospital. And here," he said, handing me a folder, "this is for Emily's treatment. Everything is paid now. Forever. I want to help." I was shocked. I didn't know what to say. He continued, "I also want to change her last name to mine. Only if you agree. She is my daughter. I want to be part of her life now." I looked at Mark. He gave me a small smile. "It's your decision," he whispered. I looked at Emily. She was laughing with her new rabbit in her hand. Then I looked back at Daniel. "Let's take this slow," I said. "But yes, you can be in her life. She needs to know who her real father is." Daniel smiled. He cried again. From that day, Daniel visited often. He took Emily to the zoo, to the beach, to the movies. He always brought flowers for me and thanked Mark for being there. Daniel never missed a doctor's visit again. He paid for every bill, every test, every treatment. But he didn't just give money. He gave his time. He sat with Emily when she was sick. He helped her with schoolwork. He taught her how to ride a bicycle. She laughed more now. Her health started to get better. She called Mark Dad, and she called Daniel Papa, and they both loved her deeply. One day, someone special came to visit. It was Daniel's wife. I was surprised to see her. She said, "I wanted to meet you. Thank you for letting Daniel come back. He talks about your daughter all the time. She changed him." She brought Emily a doll and sat with us for tea. She was calm and kind. We talked like old friends. At the end, she said, "Life is strange, but I believe everything happens for a reason." I smiled and said, "Yes. It teaches us to be better." From that day on, we all worked together for Emily. There was no more hate, no more anger, only love and care. Life was still full of challenges, but now we faced them together. I often looked at Emily and thought, she is the reason all of this happened. She brought us back from the dark. And for the first time in many years, I felt full of peace. Years passed. Emily was now 9 years old. She was stronger, healthier, and happier. Her doctors said she was doing better than before. She still needed some care, but her heart was much stronger. She loved going to school. She had friends. She played with her dolls and drew beautiful pictures. Sometimes she drew our whole family, me, Mark, Daniel, and herself, all smiling and holding hands. One morning, she ran to me and said, "Mama, I want to make a card for Papa and Dad." I want to thank them for loving me." Her words made my eyes fill with tears. She was growing up, but her heart was still so kind. Mark helped her build a tree house in our small garden. Daniel helped her with music lessons. She called Mark Dad because he was there every day. And she called Daniel Papa because she now knew he was her real father. And she loved them both. They were different, but both were part of her life. Daniel changed a lot. He didn't show off his money anymore. He stopped posting pictures of expensive things. Instead, he spent more time with Emily. He would come to her school events, cheer her on at games, and bring her favorite chocolate on weekends. One day, Daniel said to me, "I missed so many years of her life. I cannot get those years back, but I will do everything to make this time better. I promise." I believed him. He kept his promise. He never forgot her birthday. He took her to her doctor visits without me asking. He helped pay for school, clothes, and anything else Emily needed. He also helped me and Mark fix our house. He never made us feel small. He never tried to take Mark's place. He just wanted to be part of Emily's world. And we welcomed that. Mark and Daniel became good friends over time. They would sometimes sit together and talk about Emily, laugh at her jokes, and share stories about her. It felt strange at first, but then it felt normal. One Saturday, Emily asked me, "Mama, am I lucky?" I asked, "Why do you think that?" She smiled and said, "Because I have 2 dads. Some kids don't have any." I hugged her tightly. "Yes, my love, you are very lucky. And they are lucky to have you too." Daniel's wife also became a part of our lives. Her name was Claire. She would bring books and toys for Emily. She always treated her with care and respect. One day, she came to visit alone and said, "Mia, I want to thank you. You could have pushed Daniel away, but you didn't. Emily helped him become a better man." I smiled and said, "We all make mistakes. What matters is what we do after." Claire and I sat in the garden and watched Emily play. We talked like old friends. There was no anger, no jealousy, only peace. That night, I sat by my window and thought about everything. There was a time when I cried every night. There was a time when I felt lost, alone, and broken. I didn't think I could survive, but I did. And not only did I survive, I grew stronger. Emily taught me how to keep going. She was my light in the dark. She was the reason I never gave up. She showed me that even after pain, love can return. And sometimes, the people who hurt us the most can come back to help us heal. I thought about the past, but I didn't feel angry anymore. I didn't want revenge. I didn't want to hurt Daniel or shame him. I just wanted my daughter to feel loved. That was always the most important thing. Now, she had love from everyone. Life was not perfect. We still had hard days. Emily still had checkups. We still had bills to pay. But we faced everything together. And that made all the difference. One evening, Emily sat with me in bed. She looked at the stars through the window and asked, "Mama, do you ever feel sad?" I thought for a moment and said, "I used to, but not anymore. Now I feel thankful." She smiled and rested her head on my shoulder. I kissed her forehead and whispered, "You are my joy. You are the reason I smile." She looked up and said, "I love you, Mama." And in that moment, I knew everything was going to be okay. Looking back, I understand now that everything happens for a reason. Pain can make us stronger. Mistakes can lead to better choices. And even broken hearts can heal. I don't know what the future holds, but I know that whatever happens, we will face it together with love, care, and hope. My name is Mia. I once cried every night. I once waited for someone who never came. But now, I smile every day because I stopped waiting and started living, and because I never gave up on love.